Hello and welcome to our short video on long division. In this video, we are going to be carrying out a routine sum which involves 4 digits divided by 2 digits. Our starting point would be to begin with our clue board. This particular question is rather complicated in the sense that the number 26, as we count the multiples of 26, so 26 plus 26 gives us 52, and as we continue going higher, the multiples tends to be much more challenging to count it mentally. So they would involve a lot of addition working out in our clue board. So first we begin with our clue board. Remember, our symbol indicates we're doing division. So we start with 26 plus 26. So 6 plus 6 is 12. Put down the 2, carry 1, circle. 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. I add another 26. 2 plus 6 is 8. Put down 8. 5 plus 2 is 7. So we have 78 plus 26. So in this case, our 8 plus 6 is 14. Put down the 4, carry over the 1, circle. 7 plus 2 is 9. 9 plus 1 is 10. So put down the 0, put down the 1. So I have 104. I plus 26. 4 plus 6 is 10. Put down the 0, carry over the 1, circle. 1 plus 2 is 3. And the number brought down is 1. So I have 130. I plus 26. 0 plus 6 is 6. 3 plus 2 is 5. And the last number is 1. 156. I continue. I plus 26. 6 plus 6 is 12. Put down the 2. Carry over the 1. Circle. 1 plus 5 is 6. Plus another 2. That would give me 8. And I'm bringing down 1. 182 plus another 26. So 2 plus 6 is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. Put down the 0. Carry over 1. Circle. 1 plus 1 is 2. And my number is 208. And I'm moving down towards the last one. 208 plus another 26. So 8 plus 6, that gives me 14. Put down the 4. Carry over the 1. Circle. 1 plus 2 is 3. And the last number I bring down is 2. So this clue board is rather complicated in the sense that, as I've mentioned in the beginning of the video, 26, if I add the multiples, it does tend to become a bit more challenging. And it's for that reason, if you're unsure, you need to show you're working out. So my first multiple, 52 is my second multiple. My third multiple is 78. The fourth multiple is 104. Fifth multiple is 130. Sixth multiple is 156. Seventh multiple is 182. The eighth multiple is 208. And the last 9 multiple would be 234. Once I have my clue board, if you watch my previous 2 videos, the clue board is almost like putting on your socks, and then putting on the shoes is doing the actual sum. So that's the starting point. Do your clue board first. Remember, we're using our 4 colors. We're using our rule of DMSB, which stands for divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down. We like to use color. We like to use ticks. So I'm putting a tick by divide. And another word for divide to ask yourself in your mind every time we do it is how many. So we have 2,728. We want to divide it by 26. So the first step, divide. How many times can 26 go into 2? It can't. So I continue with my black line to underline. How many times can 26 go into 27? In this case, it will only be 1 time. Next step, I'm in blue and I would like to multiply. Before I multiply, I put my tick and it would be 1 times 26. 1 times 26, I get it from my clue board. The answer is straightforward. It's 26. Next step, I need my color green and I would like to subtract. Before I subtract, I put a tick. 27 minus 26. 7 minus 6 is 1. 2 minus 2 is 0. I need to bring down, and the color I'm using is red. So before I bring down, I put a tick, and I'm bringing down the number 2, which now makes the number so it's not 0, 12, but rather just 12. When I look at the left and I analyze the amount of ticks I'm using, I've only used one tick. So I refer to it as one cycle being complete. Now I need to move on to the second cycle, and I'm by D, which stands for divide. Before I divide, I put a tick, and in my mind, I'm asking myself, how many? So in the second process, it's very important to do it correctly. You have to circle 26. How many times does 26 go into 12? And you're putting the arrow. So according to my clue board, I have no number before 26. So 26 is a big number, 12 is a small number. 26 cannot go into 12. So if it cannot go into 12, the number on the top would be 0. Next step, I need to multiply, and the color I'm using is blue. And before I begin, I put a tick. The common misconception that learners tend to make is they say 10 multiplied by 26. Remember, I'm already done with 1, so the next number I'm using is just 0. 0 multiplied by any number is going to be 0. Next step, I'm in green and I would like to subtract. So I put a tick. 12 minus 0. Again, another common misconception learners make, 12 minus 0, they say the answer is 0. 12 minus 0, so 2 minus 0 is 2, and we have the number 1. So don't make the error. 12 minus 0 is not 0, but rather 12. Then in red, I would like to bring down. And the number I'm going to bring down, before I bring down, I'll put a tick. I would like to bring down the number 8. So I hope it makes sense to you why we're using color. Color, it allows us to be efficient in our working out. It allows and erases any confusion that is about to take place. So if I count, I have 2 ticks. So it means I've completed 2 sets, or rather 2 cycles that are completed. Now I'm moving towards my third cycle. And before I begin, I'm in black. I'll put a tick by divide. Remember, we already circled 26, and in our mind in black, we're asking ourselves, how many? So how many times does 26 go into 128? And this is why it's so important to have a clue board. I cannot go higher than 128. So scanning my clue board, I can't choose the number 5 because 5 is 130. So the only one I can choose less than 128 is 4 times. So I'm putting the number 4 on the top. Next step in blue, I would like to multiply. So I put a tick by multiply. I do not say 104 times 26, but rather just 4 times 26. Again, my clue board is going to assist me. The number here is 104. Now be sure to pack it in the correct manner, in the sense that we have our units, our tens, and our hundreds. Next step, I'm going to use the color green. So I place the tick. 128 minus 104. 8 minus 4 gives me an answer of 4. 2 minus 0 gives me an answer of 2. And 1 minus 1 is 0. In red, I need to bring down. But as we're looking and we're noticing, there is no number to bring down. So the number 24, in essence, is my remainder. So the question, 2,728 divided by 26 is going to give us 104, and my remainder is 24. And that's basically my final answer. Thank you for listening to this video. Until we meet again.